Today's program is based on a physics question. Hello and welcome to Knowledge Circle everyone. Today we are going to see a program that is based on a physics question, that is we have to calculate the equivalent resistance of series or parallel circuit. Okay, so what are these connections that we will see? There are two types of connections of circuit. One is series and one is parallel. Formulas are already given for it. Let's see. For finding out the series connection, the resistance formula is you have to add both resistance R1 plus R2. And if you have to find out the parallel connections resistance, you have to multiply resistance 1 and 2 and you have to add it, and the product will be divided by the sum. Okay, so we are going to see a program based on this. So what we are going to do, we are going to open an old program. We will copy first few lines from there and we will paste it into a new file. There we will change the class name, okay, and we will declare some variables for us. Okay, what are the variables required here? We need two variables for resistance 1 and resistance 2, that is R1 and R2. Let's declare it in double form. Okay, the type of the variables, let's keep double. One more variable we need because we have to take the choice of user. For that we will take int c. Okay, not character, let's take int, it will be easier for us. Okay, and then we will give a message to the user. First of all, we will take the option from user whether you want to print the resistance of series or parallel connection. So we are going to give two options, that select the option. One series, second will be parallel. If the user gives first options, then we will calculate R1 plus R2. If the user gives the second option, that is parallel, then we will find out product and sum and we will store in R2. Let's see that how can we do that. Okay, so we have copied few statements of printing and now we are going to write a message here, that is select any one of the following option. Okay, then after we are going to update our message, that is first will be series and second will be what? Second will be parallel. After seeing these messages, user will try to give a value. User will give either 1 or 2. So that will be accepted by us by using the next int method, and we will store that value into C. Okay, and that we will take as a choice of user. Then after we need to have two more input from user, that is the value of the resistance 1 and resistance 2. Okay, so that we are going to print the message again. We will use system.out.print and we will give a message here to the user that enter the value of resistance 1, and then we will store that by using the sc.nextInt into R1. Same message will be there for the second one, that we will write enter the value of the resistance 2, that will be stored in R2. So in this way what will happen, we will receive three input from user. One, the choice, second the value of the resistance, and the third one is the value of the resistance 2. Second will be resistance 1, third will be resistance 2. So in this way we receive the input given by user. Now our task is we have to calculate the resistance as per the user choice. If the user has selected series connection, then it will be different thing, it will be a different resistance, and if user selects parallel connection, then the resistance value will be different. We will use here switch, okay, because it is a menu driven program, so we are going to use what? Switch. So let's use switch. What we will do in switch statement, as an argument we are going to give the value of the choice given by user, that is stored in the variable C. So we will write switch C. Let's open the block of switch statement and let's write the case 1. Case 1 means series. If it is case 1, it means that if the value is given 1, what we have to do, we have to add the resistance 1 and resistance 2 and has to be stored into resistance 1 itself, and at the same time we will be printing it also. Okay, then after we will put break. After the break, what we have to do, we have to start the next case. What we have to do in the next case, we have to write case 2, and if the case 2 means if it is a parallel connection, then what we have to do, we have to find the product of the both resistances and we have to find the sum of the both resistances. Then after, the product will be divided by the sum, that is R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So that will be the resistance of parallel connection. Then after we have to display it. Okay, then after we will put break. Let's put break here. Okay, after this what we have to do, we don't have any other cases, then we will put default. For the third one, if the value given by the user is not 1 and if it is not 2, then what we have to do, we have to go with the default. But we haven't put the printing statement that has to be put after each cases. Let's put that. Let's copy one statement from here and let's put here and let's update. Let's give the message here. The message will be something like this: the equivalent resistance of the series connection is equal to, and that is stored in R1. So we will use concatenation operator and then we will write R1. Okay, then after we have to write the same statement, similar statement for the second case also. So we will write what? The equivalent resistance of parallel connection, and then we will use concatenation, we will write R2. Same thing we will copy from here and we will paste to the case 2 also. Okay, now it is copied and pasted. We have to update it. Only we have to write in the place of series here parallel, and then after the concatenation operator we have to write in the place of R1, that will be R2. Okay, now we have to put default. Default means if none of the cases matches, then the compiler goes to default and whatever the message is displayed in default, that will be printed. What the message we are going to give here in default is, we will write that please enter the valid input. We will write please enter the valid input. This is the message we are going to give. Okay, after this message what we have to do, we have to close the switch block. After this we will close the main function and the class. This is the work we have to do. So let's do that. Now we are going to save our program. Let's press Ctrl plus S. Okay, and then let's give the name, that is resis.java. The program is saved. Okay, now it's time to compile the program. So we are going for the compilation of the program. Okay, let's type CLS and now let's go open F drive. Then let's type here cd space java program. Then let's compile the program javac resis.java. Program is compiled. As you can see, 8 errors are displayed. Let's find out what is the mistake. Let's correct here. Let's give a space between case and the case number. Okay, let's save it again and let's go back to the screen of command prompt to recompile it. Okay, now we are going to recompile it. We will press CLS. We'll write here javac resis.java. The program is successfully compiled. Now after the compilation we are going to execute it. We will write java then resis, resis. The program is executed. Select any one of the option. Let's select 2, parallel. Enter the value of resistance 1. Enter the value of resistance 2, 12 and 15. You can see the parallel connection resistance is 6.66. Now we are going to re-execute it, java resis. Okay, now we will simply write java resis, not resis.java. Okay, now re-execute it. Now we will give another value. Now we will select the first option, that is series. Enter the value 18. Let's enter the value 374. You can see the series connection resistance is 392.8. Like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest notifications.